Check, check. Check, test. Test, test. Check, test. Pup. Come here, doggy. Come here. Come here. Come up here. Oh, good boy. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my duty. Thank you so much. Check, check. Check, test. Hi. Long time no see. So, I bet a lot of you are wondering where I've been these past few months. For those of you who don't follow me on social media, I've basically been on my deathbed. I posted something a little while back, and I had a very serious back injury, which pretty much immobilized me and ruined my will to live. I couldn't move, couldn't do anything. So that's what I've been doing. My spine has been recovering over the past few months, so I haven't been able to do anything. Obviously, couldn't record videos. I couldn't even post online. Like, there were days where I couldn't lift my own cell phone to my face to do anything. So, I apologize for being gone for so long. But, you know, I couldn't just let the channel die. I never would. It's never my choice. I never just don't feel like doing stuff. There's always something that comes along the way. So, yeah. So, that's a long story short. For those who don't follow me on any form of social media. And if you don't, please do, and you'll always get updates on things. So, I felt it was time, now that I'm back and up on my feet and feeling a little bit better and on the road to recovery, I had to fix my garage and do a whole bunch of stuff, so I want to get back to it. A lot's happened in the few months that I've been gone, a lot with subscription boxes, a lot with things in general. A lot of things have changed. So, as always, the channel will be changing along with it. A lot of ideas I had, the last video I did actually was a monthly review, and that's the thing I normally do, and I said I might think about doing them less often, just so I could do all kinds of boxes, because so many of them are bi-monthly and so many of them are quarterly, that it was hard to review them all together, because they didn't all arrive in 1 month. Coincidentally, I had that injury, so now I have all the boxes here from the past few months. So basically what I have here, instead of a 1-month review, is going to be a 3-month review. So now I have all the boxes, all the monthly, all the bi-monthly, and all the quarterly boxes in one giant video. So in the end, it kind of worked out well. And other than that, I'm going to get back to recording, and like I've said before, this channel is just going to be about reviews in general. Reviews of all kind, not just monthly subscription boxes, because those are very slowly fading away. And we'll talk a lot about that, because some more companies, since we last talked, have decided to close their doors permanently, and I have a feeling that a lot of other companies are going to do the same as well. So this channel is going to be all about just reviews in general and a lot of discussion topics. So I've been brainstorming some ideas of videos to come, and we'll see how it goes. Obviously, since I've been gone so long, I'm pretty much going to have to start this channel from the ground up. I think a lot of people have unsubscribed and kind of lost interest, especially in monthly subscription boxes, so there may not be anyone left watching, and that's okay. I never created this channel to gain popularity. I did it to just talk to a few people here and there. So if I have to start from ground zero, that's okay. That's what I'll do. Pup's getting antsy. So, one thing I do need to touch on is my contest winners. I've been doing contests for the last few videos, but I've been behind on them, and as you can assume, since I had my back injury, I wasn't able to deliver those boxes. So for that, I am gravely sorry for that. I'm so sincerely sorry. I feel like such an asshole for having people wait this long for something I promised them. So I do want to follow up on that, and I did promise a contest in the last video, so I have to do one for this. But as of now, I'm going to stop doing those contests until I get caught up on things. Until I get back to normal, I'm going to stop doing that for a while. So if I do owe you a box, do me a favor, if you can, if you're still around, send me a message, and I'll give you my personal cell phone number, and you can text me every day and bug the hell out of me until I get that box to you, because I truly am sorry, and I will make it up to you. So please, if you're still around, it's going to be hard for me to go back in the messages and see everyone that I promised stuff to, but I do want to keep those promises, so help me out, and if you can, send me a message or something like that, and I'll get right back to it. Again, sincerely sorry for that. I really do feel terrible. Other than that, like I said, we have 3 months of boxes here, so we have everything to go through. Now, some of them were monthly, so I have 3 of them, and basically what we're going to do is just talk about the companies in general. This will probably be the most helpful video I ever make, because it's going to be all the monthly subscription boxes, and it will be a review of each of them. Some of them have 3 months of boxes, so you'll really get a good idea of that company and what to expect. And like I said, a lot of these companies are closing doors permanently, but it's still good to talk about them. So I'll try to make this short and simple and not go into every single item so this video isn't super crazy long, but we'll talk about each thing as we go. The good news is I have a new setup in my studio here. You'll probably notice that this video looks a little bit different. It's because I've switched from my camera. I actually now am using it as a dual camera. You'll see over here. So I'm using the camera I was using before as just a viewing camera for items that I have on this little table here. And this one is actually a webcam, because the problem I was always having with that camera, with all video cameras, I didn't have a front-facing LCD screen, so I could never see what was going on. And if anyone's watched my channel, you know I had problems with autofocus, and I could never tell if something was focusing or if there was a problem. I never knew until later on, so it was always annoying. So I just cut the shit and just got a webcam that shoots 4K. I can look at myself just like I am in a mirror right now. I have my computer screen in here, so that's a lot better. And you can actually see a lot more because it's a wide-angle lens. But I probably we'll zoom in a little bit anyway because I'm pretty far out as it is. So yeah, so that's the good news about the new studio. Things to look forward to is we'll have a better viewing options. So yeah, so basically we'll go through each box company, and if they have 3 boxes, we'll touch on what they've done, bits and pieces, and I'll be able to put them over here in my extra viewing camera, and I'll probably just put a little viewer in the corner here, over here, something like that, so you can see what I'm talking about all the time, because that's a problem we had. I would talk about items, and people didn't know because they couldn't see the items. Pup's getting cranky. Oh my goodness. Getting cranky. I'm tired. It's very late. It's tired puppy. The other good news about this camera is I don't have to stop and start. I can shoot continuously without any problem. So, that being said, I'm sure there's a lot more I need to talk about that I forgot about over time, but I'm going to keep doing videos. I'm going to get back to it, so we'll have lots to talk about. So, let's start off. Let's start off with the monthly subscription boxes. So the ones I have 3 of, let's start there. And these are in no particular order, unlike my other videos where I put them in ranking from worst to best. These are just a general order. We're just starting off with the monthly subscription ones. And the cool thing is, now that I have my computer right here, I can actually reference pictures that I have, that I've already taken, right here on my desktop. So that's kind of cool too. Alright, so let's start off with Lootaku. One box I'm always happy to see. I'm always happy to see this box. This is the one from December. We have 3 of these boxes. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite boxes. It's so unique. It has such special things to offer, and the quality there is really amazing. It's a more expensive box, but it has such unique items and such variety and such high quality in them. It is absolutely worth it. The only reason this is one of the more expensive boxes is because it comes from Hong Kong, and shipping is just crazy expensive. Anyone that's sold something on eBay, you know how expensive shipping you can get with any box that's over £1, especially sending it overseas. So that's the only reason it's so expensive, but other than that, it's just really amazing. And they've really impressed me more and more as the months go on. I don't always know all the stuff in there. It's very anime heavy, and nothing against anime. I love anime, but I don't always get to check them out. There's a lot of anime that I haven't personally watched, so a lot of the characters are lost on me. That's nothing against them, though. I'm just saying personally to me. That's the only thing that is a bummer for me is because I don't always know all the anime. So we can start off. You want to get down? So starting off with December, we had a one-piece box. Okay. So we had a one-piece box, and this one really focuses around statues. So we always get a lot of statues in here. I'm trying to knock my stuff over. So one that I thought was really cool was this statue, and it's I can't remember the character's name. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. This is really cool because just the overall style of it was just really awesome. The way it stands super tall, and the quality on it's really great. Now we often get from this company, Band Presto and Crane King. It's usually the company that makes these statues, and they're always so high in quality. They are excellent in quality. And this character, like I said, I have not personally checked out One Piece. I've been meaning to for years and years. I have not done it. But yeah, that's usually what you'll expect from this company, a lot of statues. I'm so in the habit of holding things up to the camera, I'm forgetting that I have my side camera right here. So I'm going to have to figure out a strategy to show these in the box simultaneously. While, yeah, this is all new to me, so I'm still getting used to this setup. But let's do this. There. And showing it. So yeah, statues are really nice. This one was from One Piece, and then we usually get some little tiny construction ones or something like that. But always fantastic stuff. And the last item, it's right there. So yeah, the quality on them is extremely nice. You can see if you take a close-up of these, just the paint job, the sculpt on these is just absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's just one of them. And we've seen a lot of Dragon Ball stuff from this company. They've done quite a few Dragon Ball boxes, which I'm okay with. But yeah, they've definitely done a lot. So that was... I'm going to have to come up with a better system here. That was December. And then... Oh, pup. Get out of here. Then we got our January box. Pull some of the items out of here. Pup's going to go eat that stuff. So this one, for January, we had our Glamorous Heroines. And they were basically just female characters from different series. I love this Android 18 statue. This was really, really cool. I like that. And some other characters I did not recognize from other anime. And we get these a lot. These sword replicas from a bunch of different animes. They're always really cool, and I end up using them as letter openers, but you can put them on display. Those are always nice too. Little tiny collectible. And one thing they've been doing a lot lately is these pillowcase covers. They're really nice in quality. I'll show on this camera. Very, very nice in quality, these covers. The only problem is, I don't know if this is specific to Japan or anything, but these square-shaped pillows, we really don't see these a lot here in America. We have like couch pillows, but not usually blank ones where we need a cover. So they're really nice pillow covers, but I just rarely ever use them because we just don't have pillows of this shape. But the quality on that is very nice as well. And then we'll go through this February box. Go here. This one I liked a lot for one specific reason. This one had this little Harley Quinn statue, which was really, really cool. I liked it a lot. So that's something, like I said, really unique items, characters we see here in America, but they always have a different take on them. In Japan, in China, and stuff like that, they're really for quality there. So they have really high-end statues, and that's something you're not seeing in any monthly subscription boxes in America. In America, the best we have is like pop figures and Q figures and stuff like that, but they're a lot smaller, a lot cheaper. These are really a lot more high-end, which I like. I like some of these bigger style statues above me that have a lot more detail. And then other things in here were a light box from Batman. I'll show a picture of that. And then we got an actual Batarang too, which was actually a really nice little replica. And it's actually sharpened too on the edges, so it's really cool. I want to find a way to display that properly. I'll have to figure that out though. Trying to put this on display. Batarang. And sometimes we get little stuff like a little plush here that's like no big deal, it's just kind of filler. And then we got an option of some hanging DC figures. That. So yeah, really nice stuff. And a while back, I think it was in November, they actually did a Marvel box. And that one was really cool too. We had some really fantastic stuff in that. We got some statues that I had never seen before. I'm a huge Marvel fan and a huge Marvel collector, but I had never seen those statues before, and same with these DC ones. Like I said, the variety and the quality is just off the charts in this box, so absolutely worth checking out. Like I said, it's very anime heavy. It's geared towards anime and things like that. Every once in a while we'll get like Marvel and DC, and you're definitely going to get stuff like collectibles in there that you don't really see in America, and you probably will never see except for in specialty stores. So definitely worth checking out. Like I said, this is probably my favorite box that I'm always the most excited to get because I just really never know what's coming. The other boxes are pretty generic a lot of times, and I can guess what's going to be in there, but this one always surprises me. So this company seems to be doing great. They seem to be holding strong. They have lowered their prices recently, so it's not as expensive as it was. So I don't see this company going anywhere anytime soon, and I really hope they don't because, again, like I said, just one of my favorites. So I hope they hang out for a while longer, and I hope they don't ever go out of business because I really love their stuff. Alright, so let me clear some way here and make room for the next bunch of boxes. So that was Lootaku, and that was 3 months. We had December, January, and February all there. So next, we'll go to another monthly one, and that is the collector's case. Well, now this one's kind of been hit or miss with me, honestly. So this one, a lot of times, is geared towards games and cheaper collectibles. And what I mean by games is we've gotten some HeroClix in there. We've gotten a lot of card games that have been like demoed in this box. a lot of things that can be played, which is fine. There's no company that's really doing that specifically, so I'm okay with that. I like the concept of that and the idea of that. The problem is that a lot of those things, I personally don't have time to play a lot of these things, so they're not as enjoyable for me. And the collectibles they have are good, but they're cheaper stuff. They're like, they had some Titans figures or some mystery minis. We got like Wacky Wobblers, and we got pop figures and stuff like that. And this one's really no exception. The one thing we did get different in this one, which we hadn't gotten before, was a blanket, which is very nice quality. We hadn't gotten anything like that before. And they kind of crammed it in there, though. There wasn't enough room in the box, so a lot of the other boxes in here got kind of dented because of it. So we got a Wacky Wobbler, a pop figure, and some collectibles from Frozen. Another Star Trek guy, Titans figure, and this little fun guy. So yeah, like I was saying, the problem with this is a lot of it seems like, and I don't want to be insulting to them in any way, but it seems like clearance item stuff, where it's like, it's not that it's bad or anything like that, but it just seems like less popular things. A lot of the franchises I've been seeing are a little less popular. Like, Frozen's very popular, but how old is this collectible? Like, when's this figurine from? Like, this has probably been around a long time, and it's something, like I said, would be in the clearance item because it's a little bit older. Same with, like, Star Trek, and then again with Star Wars, we just get some of the less popular stuff. Not that it's bad or unpopular, it's just not the high-end stuff. So it seems like they get deals on things and put a lot of stuff in there. The reason I've kept this box around, and one thing I do really like about it, is they do have signed items. You can buy a Sure Thing box, which guarantees you an item that's signed by whoever that person happens to be that month, which is really cool, but you also have a 1 in 10 chance of getting one yourself. And I've gotten some really cool signed collectibles from this box, and you don't pay anything extra for that. It's just kind of thrown in there. And it's really not too expensive. It's about $30, so it's not horribly expensive, and I do still like it. It's a lot of fun stuff. I like all the games that are in there, and I like all the franchises. I just think they could put a little more high-end stuff in there. So the other months, let's see what we got. January was a Marvel-themed one, and they did some good stuff in here. Move this all down. So we got a hat in here, which is really cool, a little Build Punisher hat. And we got a Deadpool plush figure. And this is what I mean, it's just not super high-end, where like plush figures are just never that expensive, they're never that hard to come by. And some more of these bobbleheads, the Wacky Wobblers from Funko, which have never been very popular. You always find those very cheap. And then we get a Dorbs figure. We had the option of getting Iron Man Mark 1, which of course I didn't get. Whenever there's an option to get more than one, I always get the one I don't want. But I like the Mark 1. And then some more just filler stuff. Like we got a lanyard, a little figural keychain, and then a magnet. So yeah, like I said again, just seems like stuff that's you'd find in the clearance aisle because they just didn't sell very well. Things that aren't hard to find, things that aren't particularly rare, but still fun stuff. Just a good eclectic mix of just light-hearted fun stuff. And then what do we got? Our February box. We'll go through this really quick. The one thing I really did like in here was our Vinyl Idols figure. We actually got the Soup Nazi. So I thought that was really cool. But again, it seems like something that wouldn't be particularly hard to find. It seems like something that might have been in a clearance aisle. But I just really like this. I'm a big fan of Seinfeld. And sometimes we get shirts, but they're usually never very well-fitting. They're not super high in quality. Little keychain, pop figure from Stranger Things. And yeah, we've got some Mystery Minis, Titan figures, and some pins in here that are of no specific genre, just kind of there. Hope this is helping this little viewing area. Now to figure out a much better system. So yeah, again, for the third time I'll say, just very more cheaper end stuff that nothing really hard to find, nothing very rare, but still fun stuff. So it doesn't always get double your value. It tries to, it gets pretty close, but I think the opportunity to get signed stuff really makes it worth it in a sense. Even the few months I have had it, I've gotten a few signed things, and they've been from very well-known people. And you do have the option to purchase that box, pay a little extra, and guarantee it, but sometimes you really do pay a lot for that, so it's kind of up to you if you do want that specific thing. So there's the collector's case. And I'm running out of room already. Gotta shove all this down. Spent months cleaning this garage, and it's gonna get a mess in like 2 minutes. Hopefully nothing getting broke. Now Pup's going to go eat all my stuff. Alright, moving on. The next monthly box. Next we have on the list is the BAM box. This is one I've always liked, and they've been doing pretty well. The BAM box is always going to be for more signed stuff too. You're always guaranteed something. They always get like an actor or a voice actor, and then you get a piece of artwork in here that is signed and numbered by the artist as well. Lately, the artists and people signing things haven't been super famous or well known. Like this signature here was from the Oompa Loompa from the Willy Wonka movie with Johnny Depp in it. Recognizable, but like it's pretty not super famous or anything like that. But the artwork is always cool. They always do a good job in the artwork, and it's signed and numbered, so it has some value. And then there's usually a prop replica in here. This one was the little leg lamp from Christmas Story. We always get a really good pin. The pins are always awesome. They never disappoint on that. And another small little replica. And that's pretty much every time what it is. You'll get one art print, one signed thing from an actor or a voice actor, and a prop replica or two, and then a really cool pin. And this month, no exception. This we got a little letter opener. I think that's from Assassin's Creed, if I'm not mistaken. That looks like what it's from. They haven't always been putting description cards in here. They've been forgetting a lot of the time, which is kind of a bummer. And then we got a pin right there, very nice quality. A little prop replica from, I'm pretty sure that's from Batman Forever, Two Faces coin. Very nicely done. They do a good job on their prop replicas. So the quality on those is very nice. And an art print from Stranger Things. Now, this signed one for, this is for January. I'm not too sure about this one. There wasn't, like I said, no description card. There's a small one, and basically this is from Star Wars. But I think it's just from people that worked on it. I don't think it was any of the actors. So here it is here. We got 4 signatures there. And from what I read on someone else's card that they posted, it was from people that worked on the movie. I'm not exactly sure what they did. I'll have to research those names. I haven't had time to do it. But yeah, I didn't recognize any of the faces. It didn't look like any actors or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure it was just people that worked on it. And that's what I've been saying lately. Like, some of the signatures they've been getting haven't been super great because it's people that are behind the scenes, which is fine and all, but you know, you can't be like too thrilled about signatures from people you've never actually seen their faces, just like production people. So again, prop replicas. We got Terminator, we got X-Files, art print, and a signature. And this one actually came with 2 art prints. Got one from Harley Quinn, one from Black Panther, and then one of an actress whose name escapes me at the moment. But yeah, so again, art prints are always really nice. They're always really cool quality, signed and numbered by hand. And then every once in a while we'll get an actress. God, I can't remember what she played. But it's always recognizable people. It's people you would recognize when you see their face, but they're just not super famous people or anything like that. So that's what you can expect from BAMBox. I've always been a fan of them. I think they really set themselves aside from what they put out there, because it's not cheap collectibles. Their prop replicas are always very well done, and their pins are always very nice too. They do a very good job on those, and those are very collectible. And yeah, so some of the prop replicas are hit or miss. Like the ones, they do a lot of ID badges, like this one from X-Files, which are fine. It looks like it, but it's like, I don't know how collectible replica badges are per se, but everything else is always very nice. So I like that a lot. And they have gotten some pretty well-known people to sign stuff, but it doesn't always guarantee it. So sometimes you can buy special boxes from them as well that guarantee signed items from other people. But again, the prices are pretty high on that. So there's that. All right, next box. I have no idea how we're doing on time. Not that bad. Okay. All right, next one. Our last monthly one that we have to talk about is Loot Crate. Now, Loot Crate, in my opinion, hasn't been doing super hot lately, and I don't know if that's just a direction they're going, or I don't know if that company is kind of floundering. So we saw the Nerd Block company actually go out of business and screw over a lot of people. They took a lot of money from a lot of people and didn't pay it back. So it was very surprising to see such a big company go down, and I'm kind of worried that Loot Crate's not far behind. So the quality on a lot of their stuff hasn't been super great. It's always such a cheap box, which is good. Almost every time we get a shirt, and their shirts are nice in quality, but they don't always pick the coolest designs though. And this one we got a comic and a calendar, just like very overly generic stuff. and a little figure and a pin. I think there was one other item in here. Pin. Did this really drop? No, that was pretty much it. Let me look on my computer. Sorry, one second. I'll pull up the picture. Yeah, there was I think there was supposed to be an Overwatch item. I don't think mine came with it, because it's not in my box here. But yeah, that was in there, and it was fine. It was decent quality, but this box didn't really stand out to me, and it just wasn't that special. And that's kind of how it's been lately. They haven't always been spectacular, because it's such a cheap box for only 20 bucks. You're not always getting amazing stuff, but at least the shirts are good quality. And we've been getting some collectibles of this variety. Haven't really come up with a term for it, but they're little dioramas, which are cool because I like that they set a little scene. I really enjoy that a lot, but the quality on those is not super great. There's been a few companies that do it. Super Emo Friends. And they did one with Stranger Things too, and it was a nice little scene, but the quality is just not that great on it. The figures are just not very detailed. I get that they're trying to go for a simplistic look, but you know, they used to have partnerships with all these great companies, with like Quantum Mechanics and Funko and Titans, and they used to get all kinds of exclusives from them, but I think they're losing those partnerships. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's due to poor sales or what it is, but yeah, they haven't been doing the best partnerships, and they have this company, the Super Emo Friends, and one other one, and the quality on them is just very not so great. So if they change just a few things, it would be a really awesome figure, and I always love the dioramas. I always love the scenes versus an individual figure. That's why I like Quantum Mechanics versus Funko. They have a little scene and a little setup, a little diorama versus just an individual figure. So there's that, and then one more month in February. And this one we had a little kind of a replica from Expanse. And then we got a shirt from Black Panther, which, you know, cool quality shirt. And then we just got a pin and some coasters. And their pins are okay. They're not always the best. And a little tiny poster. And, you know, again, nothing's really stood out. And it's like 3 months in a row where it's just been okay. And it's never that bad. They have a great referral program, and I've referred so many people. My boxes are free for the next like 5 years because I've referred so many people. So that's the good news about it. So I'd have no reason to cancel them since they're free. But yeah, the shirts have been good quality, and other than that, it just hasn't been that impressive. Like calendars and these little dioramas that aren't that high in quality, I honestly wouldn't have missed it if it wasn't there. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna even wear these shirts because I like the Black Panther and the Rick and Morty, but some of them aren't the best choices. So it's like, I just feel like that company's kind of floundering a little bit. I hope they're not. I hope they do bring it back up, but like I've seen with a lot of these companies, I think they're just fading away. And Loot Crate was one of the originals, and they've always done it the best, but I think just like Nerd Block, they're stretching themselves too thin. Where they started out with just one box, and then same with Nerd Block, they had added a horror one and a sci-fi and all these different ones. The Loot Crate company added their DX box. They've added a wrestling crate. They have their Sanrio one. They have their anime one. All of which I've tried out and all of which I've canceled because those don't have a referral program, and they're all very expensive. They're very, very pricey, and they don't always deliver. The DX box was okay, and I always got like one item in there that I really liked, but it wasn't worth it because it was like $60 for it, and it was higher quality stuff, but I just couldn't afford to pay that without some kind of referral program or any sort of discount. So I've always been considering going back and trying out DX again, but for now, just this one. But this doesn't give me a lot of hope because there's just not a lot there, and once again, I hope that changes. I hope they start delivering some more in the near future, but we shall see. Like I said, no reason to cancel, so it's not going anywhere, but I really hope something changes in the near future for them. Stop and start that camera. Sorry. Technical difficulty. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, it looks like I'm running out of recording space on that memory card. I'm not going to switch it out on camera, so we'll just make do with what we can. So, now on to our bi-monthly boxes. So we did the monthly, now the bi-monthly boxes. The boxes that come every other month. Now we have all of our Funko boxes. Funko has 4 different boxes. They have Disney, they have Marvel, they have DC, and they have Star Wars. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure you did because you got the email that this company is closing their monthly subscription box. Funko's not going out of business by any means, but I feel like they're drowning as well, and they're not making nearly as much as they used to, and it's been a steady decline over the past couple years, and I'm sure everyone's noticed that. So they're closing their monthly subscription box, all of them, for good, which is a real shame to see because this company really did a great job. It was hard to find, no company really did a good Marvel box, but this one got really close to it. They did the best of anyone I've seen. And their Disney stuff was really great too, and they had a lot of fun facts on their cards. And it's just really, it's kind of surprising, but at the same time not, because I think they're just losing too much money on it. But it's sad though, because it was such a good box, because everything was exclusive, and Funko had just everything, all the licenses, so they made really good stuff. So it's very sad to see all these companies go, and we're going to see the last ones of them. In March, it'll be Star Wars and DC's the last box, and in April, it'll be Marvel and Disney's the last time we'll ever see Funko subscription boxes, which is really a bummer, but that's what I'm saying, where a lot of these companies are probably going to go too. If Nerd Block's out, if even Funko's out, a lot of these other companies are probably going to be close behind, because the monthly subscription box thing is just on the decline. I've said that for months now. Collectibles in general is in a major decline, and we're in a huge recession as far as collectibles go. Not that many people are buying stuff anymore, not that many people are collecting. People's collections are getting too big, and there's just too much products out, and the market's been flooded. Same thing happened in the 90s. Same thing's happening right now, where all these companies are getting too much. Everything's getting put on clearance. No one can make enough money anymore, so it's sad to say, sad to see, but it is what it is. So, we'll start out with our December one. This was Snowflake Mountain. This one always comes with a nice patch and pin. And these are supposed to all go together, the patches. So, this one will have only been around for a year. We'll have enough patches to put them all together. And these boxes have kind of been declining too. They've been a lot smaller lately. As you can see, this box is just a lot smaller than they used to be. And they did a really good one. They had their Maleficent Dragon Pop, which is worth just a shitload of money. And that one did really good. And they've been kind of okay since. We usually always get one of these tins with a Mystery Mini in there, a sticker, and at least one pop figure usually. And a lot of times they would come with the bigger ones too, like a Pop Ride or a Dorbs Ride or something like that. But like I said, these have just been smaller lately, coming with less stuff. Memory card full. They've been coming with less stuff. And it's just kind of a bummer. So it's definitely sad to see. But like I said, we can't really be surprised about it because all the stuff is just on the decline. Literally changing my memory card on this stupid camera while on camera. There's not enough space on my damn memory card. I don't have time for this shit. Okay. Can it work now? And this one only has 11 minutes of space. Great. Anyway, so that's that one. That was our December. And then we have one for February, because these come every other month. Same thing, patch and pin. Got those right there. This one came with a nice little dual pop set. Not my favorite characters. It just was a Little Mermaid. So the wedding scene at the end. So not the best pick of characters, but I always like that they're special and they have a little dual set. And I did like this little Lady and the Tramp one. This is kind of cute. So this has just got a little thing, kind of a Valentine's Day thing. Just little pop minis. So yeah, and then our little sticker. So I like this box. It wasn't always spectacular, because much like the Star Wars one, they picked a lot of more obscure characters, which I feel like was okay to do for Disney, because all their characters are just so beloved all the time. So I'm really sad to see this go live and die in such a short amount of time. It wasn't even it was going to be around for one solid year, and that's kind of it. So it's just kind of surprising to see this box come and go so quickly. And, you know, I kind of liked it. I liked a lot of the stuff they did, and they do like little special ones there, like a little dual set or some oversized pop figures. So I really like that too, and I'm pretty sad to see that go. So yeah, that was our Disney one. So now we'll move on to the Marvel one. So the Disney and Marvel boxes always came on the same month. They were bi-monthly. So yeah, these were on the same months. So we have our December. And these ones were more specific. The Disney ones were kind of, they had a theme, but they weren't too specific on it. Where the Marvel ones were very specific. They were like a very specific character, or a specific movie, or a specific team. which was good. Same with the DC ones, because you knew what to expect. So you could kind of see if you were going to like what was in that box or not, and you could actually skip months. So that was a cool thing about it. I really like this one because it came with this Hulk one of Bruce Banner and Hulk, where it's like the classic comic cover that everyone's seen, where it's like the big Hulk in the background. I don't remember what issue it was, but it's very iconic. So I think that's really cool. It was a nice little diorama, and it was just really special like that. And we got a nice Hulk shirt. Always comes with the shirt. The rest of the stuff is just okay. A little pop mini from Gladiator Hulk from Ragnarok. Little stress Dorbs right there. And then a patch. And they had stopped doing both a patch and a pin in this box, which I thought was kind of a shame because I like them both. But, you know, of the things that you could see go, not that big a deal. But I really like this figure right here. I thought this was really cool. The rest was just okay, though. But this is just special because, again, it's a scene. It's a diorama. It's a classic cover. It's something iconic. So that's what I thought was really cool about that. And the shirts are always pretty decent in quality. Funko makes pretty decent quality shirts, so I like that as well. And they usually put a description card in, but they haven't always lately. Funko's been kind of lazy on that as of late, but, you know, whatever. So the next one, our February one, was our Animal Instinct one. So this one was just kind of more of a generic one, and I'll show you. This one kind of seemed like a Mod Podge of random stuff. So I feel like the company, since they are stopping this box company, the subscription box thing, that they were kind of running out of stuff and they weren't in production. So it seems like they grabbed a lot of random stuff and just gave it a theme to fit with everything. Because basically we got a Howard the Duck shirt, and then we got a Black Panther Wacky Wobbler, and then we got a Rocket Raccoon pen, a Squirrel Girl patch, and then a Rhino pop figure. So like I was saying, this seems just kind of like a scramble. It's like they didn't want to spend a bunch of money making a specific theme, so they just like kind of looked around their Funko stuff and saw what Marvel stuff they had that was still exclusive and put it in and just kind of came up with a theme. Because it seems like kind of a stretch to call it primal, like Rhino, sure, but like Squirrel Girl and Howard the Duck, like I get they're all animal, but was it really like a primal theme? Like it just seemed kind of, like I said, a bit of a stretch, and it just seemed like they're putting leftover stuff in them. So that being said, I'm not super hopeful for the April box, although it is Avengers themed, so there might be some hope there because it's such a big deal. I'm glad we at least get an Infinity War box, because who isn't like super stoked for that movie? I'm over the moon excited for that movie. It's going to be so epically awesome. So that box could be great, but I'm not having high expectations based on the stuff they had here, because it seems like they're running out of room to run, and they're just kind of grasping at straws here, which again is kind of sad to see. But, you know, that's what happens. Companies go out of business. That's just life. So it's a bummer, but, you know, whatever. And that's our Marvel box. So we have one more of those to go. And I am genuinely sad to see the Marvel one go, because it was one of my favorites. I always liked it. So now, of the other two bi-monthly boxes, we have our DC and Star Wars. Now these ones, I only have one of, because it was a 3-month period, but it was in the off month. These were both in January, so there's only one of each. So we got our DC one, which was a Teen Titans themed one, which seems cool. They got a new movie coming out, which looks pretty good. But it wasn't anything based around that, surprisingly. It was just the characters, nothing from the show, nothing from Teen Titans Go, which I'm really surprised about. You would think they would want to promote their new movie coming out, but they did a lot of old school Teen Titans, which I'm not a big fan of. So we got these like reaction figures, which have never been super good in quality. They've always just kind of been meh. They've never been good. They don't sell well. They don't have a high price point. The cover to the comic was pretty decent. And we got a Nightwing pop, and the Beast Boy shirt was okay. Nothing really special about it. But yeah, I was not thrilled about this box. This was definitely one of their lesser boxes. It doesn't seem like they tried very hard. And again, I'm really surprised they didn't put any Teen Titans Go stuff or try to promote that movie, because that seems like the most popular form of Teen Titans was the animated series. Teen Titans Go and the one before that, regular Teen Titans. So I'm surprised that they didn't do any of that, because I think that would have been more liked. And these reaction figures, these have always been garbage. They keep putting them out, and no one's ever liked them. No one's ever liked reaction figures. They've always sucked. And yeah, that's just kind of a bummer. They didn't do a good job on that box. So the DC one, I'm semi-disappointed to see it go. I like some DC stuff, but a lot of their boxes and choices and their themes have not been super great. Same thing with the Star Wars one. They have kind of general themes, and they do very obscure characters. So like I've always said, this one was for the more hardcore fan and not the casual fan, because they do like some more specific. I wouldn't say the specific, like Count Dooku. He's like a well-known character, but I probably wouldn't have picked him out of a lineup as like a pop figure I'd want. Darth Maul, little mini bobblehead, which is cool, and then we got a little cup in here. Where again, this is what I mean. It kind of seems like they're just kind of putting out whatever they had. Not really anything special there. And we got one little pin, no patch. Where it's this seems like the end of their run, and it's one of the last boxes, so they're not putting a bunch of effort into it. So their last box is going to be this month in March, and I don't think I'm excited for it all. I don't think it's going to be anything special. I think it's going to be a lot of leftover stuff of whatever crap they have in the warehouse. So not super excited for it. Not super disappointed to see this box go. It was always just okay to me. It never really did anything amazing. They did do some deluxe pop figures, like they did the Tauntaun one and the Speeder, which were cool. I really like those, but that's the best this box ever had to offer. So I don't think I'll miss that one too much when it's gone. So unfortunately, yep, there's that. So now, we have some one-off boxes that were monthly and bi-monthly. Getting to the end here, monthly and bi-monthly, but that have ended. One is the A box. It hasn't ended permanently, but they are on hiatus. So they're taking a break, and what their website says is they're just doing some quality control stuff and trying to make a better box, which I hope is really the case. I hope they really are trying to make a better box, and they're not just making excuses to go out of business. Because they've done some good stuff. They always had some quantum mechanics stuff in here, which were always really cool. None of which were exclusive, but I always liked them. We got this Pinky in the Brain one, and we've gotten a Wonder Woman one before. I'm a huge fan of quantum mechanics. The t-shirts were always decent quality, and the rest of the stuff was just kind of filler. They've, on rare occasions, gotten some exclusives in there, but they haven't been super great. So this one's always just been okay, but I think it has good potential. So I hope that they do actually mend their company and do come back stronger, and I hope it's not just due to financial reasons. But this one was from December, and that was the last we've heard of them. And from last I checked a few days ago, they haven't been back in business yet. But hopefully they do, because they did have some exclusives, and I think they do have really good potential to be something really great. But we shall see what that comes to be. And the other one was the Stan Lee box. This one's still going, but while I was deadly injured, this one, I think one of my credit card numbers got changed, and I just didn't know to switch the subscription over. I didn't change any of the information on my account. I just didn't notice it, and didn't notice that it stopped coming. And then once I did, I didn't bother to reorder it because, again, this one's always just been okay. But, get over here. Making so much damn noise. So, one thing about this one, you always get some exclusive comic covers in there. This one we got Thor, some Thor issues. Still need to open it. So we always get two versions of a comic cover, which can be worth a lot, but there's not a lot of people that are looking for them. So they don't always sell super well, but that's the only thing I ever really looked forward to. And this box showed some promise because it started getting exclusive items, and then it never really took off. It's very expensive. It ends up being a little over $60, and a lot of the stuff is just very generic. We always get like hats and bags and shirts, but it's always just Stan Lee's face, and it just gets a little tired after a while. Like, I get it's the Stan Lee box, but I always thought it was just curated by Stan Lee and not just a bunch of shit of his face on it. So that stuff I won't miss. And then we got a metal figure in here. It was either Magneto or Venom. I wanted Venom. Didn't get Venom. Like I said, I never get the one I want. No big deal. But yeah, so the exclusives they have is always stuff with his face on it, and it's just like, I don't need 10,000 things with Stan Lee's face on it. They really needed to change it up and give it some variety. And they never really did that. So they got more popularity and more money, and this box never really took off. The only thing, like I said, you can look forward to was those exclusive comic covers, and everything else just kind of seemed like filler. It either wasn't exclusive or it was exclusive, but not super great in quality. So yeah, like I said, this one got canceled. There was one more box. This one was all the way from November, actually, so more than 3 months old. But I thought I'd talk about it because we're never going to see it again. It was just too expensive, wasn't really worth it, wasn't really offering the great stuff, too much of Stan Lee's face, and I just didn't need that much of it. Alright, so now we have 3 more, and these are going to be the quarterly boxes. So we have cameras out of battery. Alright, so that's it for my little side viewing camera. I won't be able to show that anymore because I've run out of space. So, the quarterly boxes we have 3 of them. First one was the Nick box. Now, this is one I was actually really surprised by. This one kind of blew me away because there's been a lot of companies that do try to do specific theme things like this one, and I just was never too excited about it. They never do a good job, but this one really did good. They've done a lot of very exclusive stuff. Like, all their stuff is exclusive, and it really is special. Like, it's not crap at all. Like, we got this shirt, this really cool print from Morocco, and then we got a nice Double Dare hat. And we often get these figures, and they're actually very well done. They're very well designed, and they're just very well sculpted, and they do a great job on those. This is an expensive box, but it kind of seems worth it. It's a little plush figure of Abner, what's his name? Yeah, Abner, from Hey Arnold. And then, what else we got? Ren and Stimpy mug, Legends of the Hidden Temple Bank, and some more like small filler stuff, but you really get like a full box full of stuff. Nice pin from Keenan and Kel, like that's really cool there. Yeah, you get a box full of stuff, and it's all exclusive, and they really do take the time to put in some thought and effort into it. So I've been very impressed. I was very hesitant to get this box for a long time because I thought it was going to suck, but it really hasn't. It's still very expensive, and not everything in here is super practical or useful, but it's just definitely got a lot of nostalgia factor going for it. And from what I've seen, it's been very popular. Everyone's really liked it, so pretty excited to see where they go with this box. And the next one looks pretty awesome too, so I generally like it, but it's more for the hardcore 90s Nickelodeon fan. Like I said, it's a lot of collectible stuff to put on display, not a lot of practical stuff, and it's just really fun to have, and I'm pretty excited to see where they go in the future. The next one, quarterly, is the World's Finest Collectible box. Now, they only had 2 of these. The first one was Batman, and the second one was Wonder Woman. This is the second one here, and this one has actually kind of impressed me too. Also very expensive, and they do some nice quality shirts, and they've done some original collectibles, like they've done statues in there. They did a Batman one for the first one and a Wonder Woman one for the second one here. And the thing about this is it's really rare to have companies get exclusive figures that aren't from somewhere, that aren't like Pops, that aren't Funko or something like that. So it's really very impressive for them to get their own figures here. It's a very big deal, but you know, the quality on them is not super great. The Batman one wasn't super great, and this Wonder Woman one wasn't either. So if you get kind of close in there, you can see her face, and it's just a little bit wonky. It's got a glare on it, it's hard to see, but it's just not super great. It's not bad or anything, there's just not a ton of quality to it. It was the same with the Batman one, and it obviously seems like they got a license for Justice League, and they're going to do more figures because the March one has Cyborg in it, and it seems like we're going to get more to come. I'm guessing we're probably going to see more Justice League characters get their own box, and we're going to see more figures like this. So it's cool they got exclusive ones, and they go for a decent amount, but not super high in quality. But the other things they put in here are high in quality. Like the Batman one, which I don't have in front of me right now, but it was before that, they had an umbrella in there, which doesn't seem like a big deal. Most people would put an umbrella in and just put the Batman logo on it, but they really designed it themselves. The handle was actually like the Batarang gun, and it actually had really good quality to it. And the other things they put in here are very nice as well. So we got some pins there. What was this one? Oh, we got some little postcards there, no big deal. And the first one was okay. It showed some real good promise, and this one's getting better. And honestly, the reason I'm keeping this around is for the March box. And I'll probably do reviews on that one, so I don't want to spoil anything. But the March box really blew me away. They did some really awesome stuff in there, and I'm actually pretty excited to review that. That one's just a general Justice League box, but they did an amazing job. So here's a quick overview of that, of all the stuff in there, since my side camera's not working. And we got a little sword and shield letter opener here, which is pretty cool in quality. They did a very nice job on that as well. So the figures aren't super high in quality, but the other stuff they have in here, and it's all exclusive, by the way. It's all exclusive items in here. They do really put some decent thought into it, and it's really high in quality. So I'm not sure where they're getting the means to manufacture these things, but they're doing a great job. And for them to not go through someone like Funko or Titans to manufacture stuff for them, the fact that they're doing it through their own company is very impressive. So I'm actually kind of excited to see where it goes. I'm not super excited for the themes. As a lot of you know, the recent Justice League movie wasn't that great, so I'm not super excited for particular characters, but, you know, I think it does show a lot of promise. And like I said, that March box was really amazing. So I'm pretty curious to see where it goes. And this company seems to be on a pretty steady growth. And yeah, we'll kind of see where that goes from there. All right, one more to go. Let's end it off. So the last one is also a quarterly box, which we've only seen one of, and that is the Adult Swim box. Adult Swim box. And this one was themed Toonami. And the next one is going to be Robot Chicken. But yeah, Adult Swim is the theme, and this one's Toonami. Let me pull up the picture. So this one was kind of weird, though. It's pretty expensive. It's one of those $60 boxes. It's only quarterly. But I'm a big fan of Adult Swim and all they have to offer, so I would like to see where they go with it. This one came with a tote bag, a lot of things that were just kind of generic. Like we got this little glass kind of crystal thing with like one of those things that has like a 3D etched figure in there, which is fine. Like that's cool. And then we got like a t-shirt and a mug and a comic, and then it was like a light, a little mag light, and a pen. So stuff that just kind of seemed overly generic that they just kind of slapped a logo on in the bag. So I wasn't too impressed by it, but I'm going to hold out for this because I think it has good potential. And yeah, here's our mag light, where it's just kind of stuff that doesn't really look super special, and it just kind of was there. So I'm hoping the next box will be better. I think Robot Chicken has a lot of potential. I think they could do a lot of good stuff with it, so I'm kind of excited to see what they do with it. But it could be bad, and I think we'll judge it on that. If the next one sucks, then I probably won't keep it around. But yeah, and this is a shirt. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I think this box has a lot of potential, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. I've had that thought before and been wrong about it. But, you know, we'll see. And this mug, I don't know if you see very well through the bubble wrap, just kind of says Toonami on it. Nothing super special there. So, yeah, not too impressed by it. Very expensive, but well, I'll stick with it for at least a little while and see what happens. So, after a very long-winded video, and now that my garage is a total mess, that's pretty much it. That's 3 months of boxes, and this is basically what we're seeing. Like I said, the whole collectible industry is on a very heavy decline, and it's been for the past few years, ever since since I started the channel, probably about 2013, it's been slowly declining, and they've been worth less and less and making less and less, and these companies are flooding the market. Companies like Funko and Titans and Kid Robot are just pushing out products to no end, putting out hundreds of products every single month, and there's no way, even if we all were rich, we couldn't buy all this stuff. It's just not possible, and there's not enough people interested in all these obscure franchises to keep these companies afloat. So that's why Funko's closing their monthly subscription box, and you'll see that there are just a lot less Funko items coming out each month. A lot less pop figures, a lot less mystery minis. There just aren't as much of them coming out, and the ones that are coming out aren't selling very well, and they're not very collectible. So this is just what we're going to keep seeing. The more they flood the market, the less there's going to be. And a lot of these boxes are going to go by the wayside. All these Funko boxes, which is 4 different subscription boxes, are gone. And a lot of these other companies are going to do the same, which is a bummer. And that's why this channel is going to move away from those as well. There's just not enough interest in them. There's not enough people watching unboxing videos anymore. It's just something that was a fad for a while, and it's going to kind of fade away. So I'll still be here doing reviews of all kind, and I'll still review collectibles. They may not be from monthly subscription boxes, but it'll be what I did before I got monthly subscription boxes, which was find my own collectibles and show them to you guys and do reviews of them individually, which I'm perfectly fine doing. So like I've said a million times, I may not have time to do individual videos of boxes and subscriptions and collectibles and things like that, but if you want to follow me on any form of social media, if you have it, I'll be posting pictures there and doing a lot more reviews that way because it just saves a lot of time. So that's what's in store for us, and I'll be doing a lot of movie reviews too in the future, so it's going to be tough starting this up again, and I got to get used to this setup, but I'll figure it out. I'll learn as I go, as I always do. Let me know your guys' feedback in the comments, and we'll rebuild this from the ground up, and we'll see what we can do. Other than that, I'm sure there's other things that I needed to talk about that I can't really think of at the moment, but I'll come back to it. You'll be seeing and hearing more of me, so I know this video wasn't the best, by the way. It's just kind of me scrambling and trying to start things up again, but we talked about a lot of stuff, and hopefully this new camera setup works, and I haven't even tested out the audio. I hope that works, but I don't even know. There's a lot of things that I don't know about, but, you know, we'll see what we can do. Anyway, Thank you all for watching and supporting. For anyone that's still watching, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate your support, and I hope to hear from you guys soon, and I hope that I can post another video soon, and we'll keep this going. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Peace.